is one of the beautiful continents, and what makes it more beautiful is our culture. No, Africa is very diverse. Africa is so unique in its different way, and also each country has its uniqueness in how they do it. So today we're going to be exploring this traditional way of how the people of Burkina Faso build their houses, how they live, their traditional, their normal African life. You know, before modernization, this is how we Africa used to live. And to tell you guys, my culture is my identity. So I'm really proud to be an African. So I'm going to explore with you to show you different ethnic groups here in Burkina Faso, to show you the raw beauty of Burkina Faso. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking. My good name is Harry the Traveler from Uganda, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. So subscribe, like and share. Faso is a very big country and beautiful. So these are different ethnic groups, as you can see, the largest being Mossi, then Pawels, then there's this one, then there's Lobi, Dangara, Bobo, and this. So in this community, we're going to see how these different ethnic groups build their houses and how they operate in their community. These are not the only ethnic groups that we have in Burkina Faso. There are a lot of them, but they are not all included here. So these are the ones that are included, but they have like 60 ethnic groups. So this is the Marka ethnic group Homestead. So what you see here is a pot where they used to store water, and this wood you see is the stair to take you up there. So up there, the rooftop, people sit there. And more so about this traditional ethnic group is that when a woman is getting married, the family of the boy or the boy has to visit the family of the girl, and where they get to discuss all the matters, it's up there at the rooftop, and they finish all the matter, the dowry and everything, and then popping inside. This is basically how the room looks like. This wood you see supports the house, as you can see. Yeah, and then down there is how they cook from, and then of course that is where they get to put the pot. So it's one bedroom. On the other side, that is like a bedroom, and this side is a living area. Yeah, so this is the Marka Homestead. Yeah, you know, in Africa, back in the days, we didn't have grinding machines. So what we do is we use the stones to grind our thing, like millet, sorghum, everything. So this is the grinding stone. This is basically how it looks like. Yeah, African way. So we are in Senoufo Homestead. So this is a granary in Africa setting. This is where we get to store our food, and then of course on the other side you get to see the pots where you store your water, and this is where you get to grind all your stuff, the food item. And then this is the type of the bed that people use, the mat. And then inside, this is basically how it looks like. And that you see the guava up there is where they store like water, milk, or local drinks. And then this is a bedroom, one bedroom. So the other one is a bedroom, and this is a living area, and then that is where they used to cook from. And then you have something like a calabash where you get to eat the food like a plate. You know, in African setting, we used to use calabash for putting our food for eating. Yeah, back in the days. Yeah. So this is the Mossi, the largest ethnic group here in Burkina Faso. This is their homestead. As you can see, they have a lot of pots. Pots are really very important in Africa. And this is a mortar where we get to pound anything that we want, and then the other one is a grinding stone. And then basically this is how the Mossi house looks like. Yeah, so you can see they have a lot of pots inside. And then you see, I love the way how the Mossis build their house, and then pots. You know, in Africa we used to cook using pots, as you can see on that other side. And then the bed is the mat. Bisa, this is how the Bisas build their house like. Yeah.
That's why they got it out.
So these are the Bobos. Who the Bobo is a
Yes.
storage building.
The Bobo town.
No, the Bobo is a storage
The
building,
Bobo,
guys.
the
Yeah, it's really beautiful how they build their house. Yeah, and then these are the Gaumatis. Hey, it's hard to pronounce. You see how the Burkina Faso are so creative. So this house you see is for the Gansi. These are the homestead of the Gansi ethnic groups. This is really beautiful how creative they are. So this is made out of clay, and then they do all this decoration as you see. This is how they decorate their houses, and also the Gebele. The Gebele people also decorate their houses using the mud, the cow dung, and then they paint like this. And then outside, this is where they get to grind their things like millet, sorghum, anything you want. And then of course you have this stair like you use as a stair is a wood if you want to go up there. And then you know, pots are really very important here in Africa. And then this is basically how the house looks like, and you have that small window on this other side that brings light from outside. Yeah, and then of course that is a mat where you use as a bed. And then up, this is how it's built, and you can see the decoration is really very good. Can I enter inside bedroom?
Okay.
So, and then the bedroom, this is how the bedroom looks like. Yeah, so you can see there is something like a bed on the other side. Yeah, so I like also the smell. And then you have another window, something that brings light inside. And of course this is where you get to put your incense. Yeah, you put incense over here. Yeah, and indeed the house is smelling so nice. And then that is the pot where they store water. You know, pots help to store water, like it's like a local refrigerator. In summary, I can say Africa is all one. The way how we build our house, the way how we do our music, the way how we interact, the way how we do everything is all one. It's just that what separates us as brethren is the language, the borders. But I can say in reality that Africa is one. So if you haven't yet seen this other side of Africa, then come to Burkina and visit. And when you're coming to Burkina, come and visit this museum, and you will learn more about Burkina Faso. Yeah guys, so basically this marks the end of our video, showing you how different ethnic groups here in Burkina Faso build their homestead. Hope you have learned one or two things about Burkina Faso. It was really lovely to bring you around, guys. I have enjoyed my tour. Subscribe, like and share. See you all in our next video. I love you guys. And if you are a Burkinabe watching me, please, of all the ethnic groups that I've showed you, let me know which one is your ethnic group. Yeah.